Hello there everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 54 of this 100-day financial freedom challenge. And what I got to tell you, I got scammed. I got scammed by a pyramid scheme, and so I just want to lay it all out. I think everybody, if you're going to put yourself out there, you're going to get scammed at some stage. If you've never been scammed in your life with anything, if you've never made a mistake, if you've never done anything wrong, if you've never really screwed up, then you've never really tried. You've never really pushed your limits and pushed the boundaries and been curious and just gone further than you think you could have gone, or decided just to trust when you just didn't know, but you just thought you'd have some faith and and just go with it, right? I think most of us, especially if you're watching this video right now, I guess you're the sort of person who's maybe a little bit like me, and you've stepped out. You've stepped out into the unknown. You've done things because they've seemed good at the time, or because they seem like, okay, I'm open to this. This is something new. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. And I got scammed. I'm just going to go right back and just give you my story of how I came to where I am with my understanding, and yes, I've been scammed in the past. I've done things that I've quote unquote failed at, etc., and just got learnings along the way. And I got scammed by a pyramid scheme when I think I was 19 years old. And there's a friend of mine came to me, and he said there's this amazing way to make money. He said, I've got these 3 certificates here. And it's such a long time ago that I don't remember exactly how it worked, but he had these 3 certificates, and he says, what you do is you buy these certificates off me, and then you send them away, and then you get 3, and then you'll get some certificates, and you get 3 other people, and then they buy certificates off you, and then they send them away, and you start making money down the line. And I'm like, okay, interesting. If it works, right? So pretty kind of naive at 19, never heard of the idea of pyramid scam or scheme or anything like that at that stage. The internet wasn't available, or at least for me anyway, I wasn't online, and so I'd never heard of anything like this before. So it just seemed interesting to me. What an interesting concept. I was curious. I wonder if it works. That was my attitude. It was like, I wonder if it works. I thought, I'm going to give this a go, just to see if it works. What am I going to be at? I think it was like 30 quid or something. I think it was like £10 for each certificate. You buy 3 certificates, and then I can't remember, but it was some sort of pyramid type scheme where there was no real products. There was only these certificates that you just kind of give to people, and they had no value in them other than that you sell them to other people, right? They're just bits of paper, and so like money, huh? And so anyway. That's what I did. So I did this thing, and nothing came back to me. I received nothing back. There was no phone number to phone or anything like that, and the whole thing just kind of just didn't work really, And so then I went back to the guy and I said, hey, look, this thing didn't work for me. Where's my money? And he said, well, it didn't work for me either. Where's my money? And I said, well, who did you do it with? Maybe he's the guy who's kind of scamming us out of this money. And he says, and he pointed me in the direction of the guy he got it off. So I went to this guy and I said, hey, I bought into this thing of yours. And he went, oh, I bought into it from somebody else. So in the end, I probably would have been still today trying to track down the original person who created this pyramid scam scheme, whatever. And so that was my first time being scammed by something, by a pyramid scheme or scam. But did I just say, okay, that's it? Pyramid, anything to do with pyramids, scams, schemes, anything like that, it's all bad, and that's it. I'm never touching that again. I just thought, well, it was an interesting thing. It didn't work, obviously. Big deal, 30 quid lost, So, further down the line, I remember I had a water filter business, and this guy called me up. He saw an advert in the paper for my water filters. And he said, I've got a company, and we've got this brand new water filter. You might be interested in selling it. Oh, okay, so I met him in a coffee shop, and he sat down. He said, my company works a little bit different to most companies. And he took out a napkin from the table, and he set it down. And he started drawing these circles on the napkin. He said, well, all you need to do is bring 3 people into this company, and then you make this money, and then they bring 3 people in. If each of those 3 people bring in, and he showed me this thing down the line, he said, and in so many months you're going to be making 80 grand a month. I was like, wow, that's amazing, you know? And it looked like sort of pyramid thing again, you know? So anyway, so I went along with it, and I joined. The company was called Amway. You might have heard of them. And so I joined, and yeah, I did it. And I actually I bought products, and I made money, and I brought other people in, and I had home meetings, and I brought people into my house, and I did all that stuff that people hate to do. And I didn't enjoy doing it either at the time, but I just thought, wow, this is an amazing business. If we can all just do this, if we all just do what it says on the plan, if we all just get 3 people, it works, right? But it's funny enough, people just aren't willing to do it. You know, some people just aren't willing to go out and get the 3 people. Some people will just join and just do nothing, you know. At the time, I kind of boggled my mind, you know. When you saw the plan, you saw how it worked, how simple it was. If everyone just got the 3 people, if everyone just did that. But in reality, you know, some people just won't. Actually, many people won't. Actually, 95% of people just won't do it. So that's why you got to, in those sort of businesses, you got to get more than 95 people, right, to join, because otherwise it just doesn't take off. So that's what I kind of learned that quite quickly in that business. I did the whole traditional thing of writing down 100 names and contacting people on that list, and I went to my neighbours and sat down with them and said, do you want to come next door for my business meeting? Stuff like that. I was maybe shameless, and so anyway, I think you kind of do have to be a little bit shameless to have any sort of success in anything in life, because who wants to have shame? Like seriously, that's like the lowest human emotion is shame. Who wants shame? No one, right? So when people say to me, "Shame on you for this," or yeah, absolutely, I'm shameless. You can't put shame on me because it just, it's just water off a duck's back to me, And so anyway, so I saw that other people that had joined in my team weren't actually doing what I was doing, or they just wouldn't do it. So the business just didn't grow, And I could see that, okay, this could probably work if I gave it 15 years of hard, solid work. I could build this, But anyway, there's a few of the products I wasn't very happy with. The water filters didn't take out fluoride, and I was like, well, what about this? What about this? And in the end, I was like, no. So I left it in the end. And then I found a company called Inner Light, which sold health products and was completely in alignment. I found the health products fantastic, these alkalizing health products, and they really, really work really, really well. And I got results, and other people got results around me from them, and they were powerful. They're the most potent health food supplements I've ever come across. They really did work. And so I'm going to promote this. And it was another network marketing company in like a pyramid, right? And so I did that for a while, and I got like maybe 30 people joined as customers, and were taking the products on a monthly basis and was bringing in some income. And like, this is great, but no one was actually going and doing that as well. And then it got to the point where it just became like, okay, I'm putting in all this effort, but no one's duplicating. No one was doing what I was doing, because for most people it's just too hard for some reason. I don't know why. For just some people, they're just not willing to do it. It's just the way they've been wired, the way they've been programmed. They're just not going to do it. And that's just it. So that's just something I just have to accept, that, okay, this business model, it works. It works for a small percentage of people, because only a small percentage of people are actually willing to do what it takes. Very few people are willing to do what it takes, and that's what I find. Like, less than 5% of people are actually willing to do what it takes to achieve their dreams. Most people die at the end of their lives without achieving their dreams. Most people do. And they'll justify that, oh, well, that was just a dream. This is the reality, and the reality is, you've got to get a job, you got to work hard, you got to do this, and you got to, have your car, and you got to, upgrade it, and have your, 10 days holiday a year, and all this sort of stuff, and you got to have your stress and all this. No, you can live your dreams, and I'm here to say you can live your dreams, but you got to be willing to do what it takes, right? So then within Inner Light, I jumped to another company because my sponsor said, wow, there's this other company, it's called Zango. I would have been better off staying with Inner Light. I could have probably built that up to a very, very decent income and could have done very well with it. But my sponsor said he was jumping to another company called Zango, which is this mangosteen juice, and he was just so excited about it. So I went, okay, he must know what he's talking about. So I jumped with him, and he said, oh, it's all the online marketing stuff and everything they were starting with. And I got into that, but I just couldn't get excited about the product. It was just an expensive fruit juice to me. It was like this is just expensive fruit juice. He says, don't worry about that, just promote the business. Don't worry about the fruit juice, promote the business. So I just didn't know my heart in it, so I just got out of that and I said, okay, I've had enough of all that. And I've dabbled in a few other things, but that was kind of like my main sort of story of going through things. And then it came to Empower Network. And when I found Empower Network, I was like, okay, this has everything. This has everything. This is something that everyone can do. Yes, it does. You do got to be willing to do what it takes, but it's much easier. It's much easier, and the rewards are much greater than anything that I've ever come across before. And I'm getting results with Empower Network like I've never got with anything else before. The commissions are so much bigger. The training, the marketing training involved is so much better. I'm pulling in like dozens of leads every day sometimes. It's like I've never done that before. And it's all just through the training provided with Empower Network to do that. So, what if I would have just said at the start, pyramid schemes, pyramid scams, that's it. Anything that looks like remotely like a pyramid or has anything to do with like people-to-people marketing or anything like that, I'm just going to steer clear. I would have missed out on so much, because it was an enjoyable ride, being with Inner Light and connecting with people and getting people healthy with the products and things like that. And that was that was a network marketing company, an MLM, multi-level marketing company. Empower Network, it is as well. It's a hybrid. It's network marketing, internet marketing, direct sales, like a hybrid. It's something that's very new. It's affiliate marketing, So just because something looks like a pyramid, people are losing out on so much because they generalize. It's like, just say I went to France and somebody did actually try to mug me in France once. They didn't do it, but someone tried to mug me in France once. If I went to France, someone tried to mug me, and I just turned around and said, French people, they mug people, Don't go to France, you'll get mugged. That'd be quite ridiculous, wouldn't it? Because one person tried to mug me in France at an ATM. That'd just be ridiculous, right? It's the same when someone says, I got scammed with a pyramid scheme. I could be saying that today. I could be saying, like, anyone that comes to me, I go, when I was 19, some pyramid scam tried to scheme me and they got my money. I'm not falling for that again. That would just be a complete generalization of something in the past. So it's great to be open and curious and looking for new things, because new things are always appearing. And Empower Network is something that, it's being an affiliate. Most people are recommending things all over the place without getting paid for it. Most people are on Facebook. Oh, have you seen the new movie? Have you seen this? What's on the cinema? Have you read this book? People are putting up things all the time, promoting other things. Oh, I went to this restaurant, it was great, but they're not getting paid for it. So a lot of people have been on Facebook since 2006, haven't made a penny from it, but they've promoted so many things. They've made money for so many other companies by promoting it just through their normal stuff, their normal posts. If they'd actually been affiliated to all these things, they'd be millionaires now. The people who have been sitting there just clicking every day on Facebook, posting things, maybe a couple of times a day, actually recommending things, and making no money from it. Ridiculous. So you can be an affiliate with Empower Network, and you can actually recommend the Empower Network products, the Empower Network business, and you can actually make money. And you can not just make money, but you can make big money. And it's pretty simple. All you're doing is recommending it to people. All you're doing is posting links on social media. That's just what I do. Just write blogs, post on social media, make videos, post on social media, post photographs, things like that. Send out a few emails. Pretty simple. Now I'm making a pretty decent income. You can do it too, but you got to be open. You got to be, if you've got that pyramid scheme thing, mindset, that's ridiculous. Everything's a pyramid scheme. You look at any business, any company, it looks like a pyramid. So it's your mindset, and you got to change your mindset to be able to live the life of your dreams. If you don't want to be in that 95% of mediocrity, if you want to be in the 5% of people who are looking for something better and creating that freedom in their life and creating that abundance and just creating an amazing life. If you want to be there, you've got to stop generalizing for one thing, and be open and be curious and be willing to do whatever it takes.